Okay.
Hold on, give me a second. Hi, Boo!
Hey. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're kind of...
To another area.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I'm going to move to another area because sometimes, like on the lower floor, I get bad reception sometimes. So let's see.
Okay. I'm going to just
Like
wave
bad.
at all this goddess nation.
Let's see.
I'm going to wave at everybody. Hey, girls. Welcome, everyone who's here. It's Playtime with Viv. And I got Miss Gorgeous Val.
Hey.
I'm so excited to have you with me.
I'm so excited to see you.
I know. So I was thinking, since our event is rescheduled, then I thought, well, why don't we do a live and you can give us some amazing makeup tips and then I could do some powerful reading and then it'll just be magic.
Awesome. I'm like super duper excited. Let me just put my tripod in really quick. It's like moving all over the place.
Yeah, no worries. These are just like totally chill, laid back. Hi, Paola, my Italian sister. I hope your family's doing okay in Italy. So far, my family in Italy is safe. No coronavirus reports yet for our family. They're all in complete quarantine right now. And they are northern Italy, so they're not fucking around right now. They're definitely not fucking around. And so, yeah, so they're all okay though, thank God. I've got my aunt and my uncle there and my cousins. And so far everybody's okay.
Sorry, I was...
Where are you at? Are you in your shop?
No, I'm at home right now.
Oh, you're at home?
Yeah. Sorry, I had to readjust. I thought I was going to get good reception right there. Let me just get a chair so I can sit down now.
No worries. Maybe if you have do you have like your headset?
Yeah, can you hear me though or no?
I can kind of hear you, as long as everybody else can hear you. Hi, Sister Crystal. Hi, friend.
Okay, let me grab a chair.
You guys are still partying in Florida, I hear. Everybody's still seeing the beaches out there. So welcome. Thank you for joining us, everyone. I've been doing Playtime with Viv since last week. I decided that, well, I'm off work right now. There's no events happening. There's nothing happening. And so I figured, well, what could I do to serve the community and give back and, you know, basically do what I do best, which is do cards and empower and inspire women. Hi, gorgeous. And do it on my platform. And so I thought I'll do something called Playtime with Viv, and I'll just...
That is such a cool idea.
Yeah, 30 minutes reminding all of us to just stay playful, stay in your feminine energy, stay, you know, in flow and not in fear. And then every now and then I'll have somebody fabulous like you on to join.
Thank you. I'm like so excited to be here with you.
I know. And I got to put my volume down lower again. Hold on.
Hey.
So, and today I got you today on Boo. And so we were going to have a Sage and Rise event on Saturday, and we're going to be postponing that just to be precautious and stay safe. And I know that we can gather, you know, 10 and under, but why, like, I mean, at this point, I think postpone everything for a few weeks and stay safe.
I agree. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck is going on in the world. I'm going to be honest.
I love you.
As far as I go, like, I know that and I'm going to just be honest, and I want to share this with you and with everybody that's watching today. If I had not done all the work that I've been doing these last few years, I think I would be a mess right now. Right? And
Yeah.
that's the truth. Like when you are in alignment with yourself and with source, and when you are able to understand the balance of the masculine and the feminine spirit, the energy, and you're able to practice and put a practice into place, then it's a lot easier for you to get through times like these. Because
I couldn't agree more.
right? Because
Yeah.
you realize that we are a soul, and we are an infinite soul, and we are not our ego, we are not our fears. And although things are going on around us and there's scary things going on, your soul, you're in alignment with your heart. And then you're easily more able to just kind of flow through things and just not get in that fear energy, right? And I think that is the key here, is staying out of our fear energy and staying in alignment with our soul. Yeah. So that's the key, right? And so I have a couple questions to ask you as far as like what you do with makeup and all of that. And I just want you to know that I honor what you do for women, because I think that it's so important, and I don't think that it's shallow. I think on the opposite end of that, I think women love to feel beautiful, and women love to be beautiful, and they love to adorn themselves. We've been doing this since the beginning of the ages, right? Since the beginning, women have always adorned themselves, whether it be color or tattoos or some type of jewelry. We've always done that. And so I think it's honoring our feminine spirit, and it's really having that part of self-love. Now, I also believe that there could be the other spectrum of that, where that's all that matters for you. And so it's just a balance of that. Hi, Michelle. Hi, guys. So that's my humble opinion about it. And so I always embrace not only just inner beauty, but also the outer beauty too, because the feminine spirit wants to feel beautiful and wants to be beautiful. And she is beautiful no matter what. So tell me, number one, I want to know, what are you doing right now? Are you off work? Is your shop closed, or what's going on? So and tell everybody what you do, what you have, all of that.
Cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. I swear I couldn't agree with you more on like the whole, like, you know, soul and like having that inner peace going through this. I feel like old Val would have been going through it right now. I probably would have been a mess laying in bed, you know.
What would you have been, what would you have done if you were old Val before you started connecting with your soul? What would you have done?
I feel like I would be laying in bed, like not facing the day and just not facing the day, you know.
So numb. You would have numbed out.
What's that?
Call. So you would have numbed out.
Oh, totally. Not only from life, like the saddest part is from my family, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I am in so much peace with myself, you know, since like the very first time I even met you. It comes from within, and it's so crazy. Like, it's something, I swear, that can't be explained. It's so hard to explain. I feel like it needs to be experienced, you know? But I feel like the way I'm managing things now, it almost motivates me more. Like, oh my gosh, like, you are really at peace. It's so weird, like the feeling of like being okay with reality, like the things that are happening and like still moving, you know?
Isn't it amazing? Because I think you had like a major shift when early on, when we had met, like you awakened and you aligned with your true self, which is your soul, and your soul is fucking free.
Yeah,
and you, like,
it's wild.
aligned
That
with
feeling
that.
is wild.
Yeah, and so you have that inner knowing of just, it is what it is, and things will flow as they flow, and I am present in every moment, and I'm grateful, and I'm excited, and life sometimes just does what it has to do, and we're gonna get through it. And I think you like totally aligned like this. I think your alignment was quick.
It was so wild because I feel like right before I met you, I was kind of searching for that.
Yeah.
Like not feeling the way that I was feeling. I was kind of searching for like, this can't be right. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's something that comes from
Something's
within,
not right.
like something's not right, you know? And then I feel like when I met you and the girls from Rising with Grace as well, I feel like it really like woke me up. And it was almost like fake thought. Well, thoughts are fake, right? They're not real, right?
They're not. Right.
But it made me like understand that it's just thoughts.
You saw that you had an awakening, an instant awakening, realizing that you are not your thoughts. You are not your ego. Thoughts are not real because thoughts have polarity. They have the light and the dark, right? The up and the down. And so when it's like that, then it's not real. Yeah. Because you have to experience both. So which is real? You know, which is it? And so you had an instant awakening of understanding that you're not any of that. You're actually the infinite soul. And then you started like flowing through your feminine spirit. Totally.
Yeah. So like, it's so ironic because we were actually on vacation when this all started happening. I told my husband if we would have waited like one more day, I probably would have never left on vacation. But we started hearing everything while we were on vacation.
Right.
But the way that we handled it was like, I was like genuinely proud of myself of not like letting this drag me down into like that deep darkness, you know, into that hole, into that like I don't want to face the world, you know.
I don't want like basically desperation and despair.
Yeah,
you know? And the thing is, that's a choice. Literally those and people, it's not a choice. I can't help it. Yes, you can. You have to understand that those thoughts and those emotions, you identify with them, and it takes a little bit of time sometimes to get out of that energy because it is energy. And that kind of energy, you will, with the law of attraction, you'll get more and more and more of that. But with working on yourself and being an observer, then you can kind of clear that out. And sometimes it's instant, and most of the time it's not. Most of the time it takes some work to actually get out of that energy and then just be more in flow and just, you know, in accordance with who you are, in alignments with your source, right?
Yeah.
So are there any practices that you've put into place, or is it more of just awareness? Like what do you do right now?
I feel so much clarity. Like I feel so clear on like just decisions that I make. As far as like with the business, we definitely close doors. But it's so wild. I feel like right now at this time, we are going to see so much unlocked potential, like creativity, talent. It's so wild. Like, I think this is kind of like reassurance again, as far as like, or just like a sign of knowing like that entrepreneurship mindset of like how I like just my mind. I used to have this boss that would tell me, act like there is no box, instead of like thinking outside of the box.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, there's no box right now, you know? And it's so cool because the ideas are just like falling, like they're just coming out. And
flowing.
We've been doing like, they're just flowing. Exactly. And we've been doing like, just kind of trying to keep our customers engaged still. That's one of the biggest things. We don't want to get lost or disconnect, you know?
Yeah.
Also, right now I want to nourish my client relationships that I had, the people who have supported us within the past 3 years. So I'm like either hand delivering them their product or leaving it on their doorstep or however, you know, but I'm like being so flexible in a way to be able to nourish those relationships because they've gotten us to where we are now.
Totally.
And in times like this, I think we need to unite with that, you know?
Absolutely. And so you make your own product?
So we sell like a bunch of different brands, but some brands are online driven only. Like they're social media driven.
Yeah.
So I think one of our biggest things right now is our retail side of the store. So we've been able, like right now at the store, we're pushing skincare a lot because it's a lot of like relaxation, being home, taking care, you know, self-care, right?
Yeah.
We believe in inner self-care as well as like outer self-care. And
sure.
that's kind of something that's been doing really good for us right now, which has been really good. Especially the ones that are regulars. Especially the ones that are regulars, you know?
Yeah. And so you have other products that you sell, and then so as far as like the one-on-one with the makeup and stuff, are you still doing that or not really?
So we're not doing that. We've extended it for 2 weeks. So we're hoping to we get booked every single weekend with hair and makeup appointments. That's something that we really thrive a lot on, you know, is hair and makeup appointments. We always every single weekend have appointments, and we had to postpone these last 2 weeks. Or not only us, they've been rescheduling. We've been having a lot of like brides reschedule or just parties reschedule. So that we've also been flexible with. Luckily, I have a team like that helps me. So even if we're already booked, we're able to still accommodate to the people who needed to rebook, or like, you know, if we're double booked, we have a team to be able to take care of those people, which is really nice.
Totally. Tell me your handle again. It's makeup
Evolution store.
Makeup Evolution what?
Makeup Evolution store.
Okay. And so, okay. So what I'm going to ask you, because I try to keep these readings at like 25 to 30 minutes. What I want to know from you before I just pull some cards, and we'll keep chatting like as I'm pulling some cards. Give us some advice on eyebrows.
On eyebrows?
If you don't have the money to go and do all that bleeding or whatever, what is your best advice to give women, me, on eyebrows? Like, what's the best product out there? What's the best technique? Like, how can you do it quick? Because it takes fucking forever for me to do my eyebrows.
So it's really funny that you say this, because again, with our artists, we try to have them either like sit in a class when I teach, because we do workshops too. Like we'll do classes on how to learn for yourself. So it's just so cool that you bring this up, because I had an artist that was like, I take forever on my brows, but I say in my class all the time, like, do your brows at the end of your makeup. And I think people always start with their brows first.
I always start with them.
So that's a common thing. It's so normal. It's such a common thing. People do their brows first and then they do the rest. Next thing you know, you took 30 minutes on your brows and you only have 10 minutes left to do the rest, you know?
Right.
So I always tell my clients, not only my clients, but our artists too, is to do all of your makeup first and then do your brows. And I've gotten so much great feedback on this, as far as like how much it's work for them, how much they cut their like time in half. I feel like the grooming the brows is really in right now, like combing your brows up, grooming them up, because the fuzzy brow, like the fluffy brow is in.
Yeah.
We have this, it's like a gel brow. It's by Inglot. Inglot is an amazing brand. They're very known for like their liners, like their gel liners.
How do you spell that?
Inglot. Inglot, yeah.
And you sell that?
And we sell that brand, yeah.
And where do they find that if they want to buy that from you?
So they can find it on our website. So our website is on our page, and they can find it there on our Instagram page.
Gotcha. Okay, so I went ahead and wrote that in there. Okay, cool. So Inglot, and it's like a gel.
And I like to just like groom the brows up, and I'll kind of like shape the brows, especially if you have hair already. And then I will go in with either like a brow pencil. I love the one by The Balm is really good. It's a really, really thin pointy pencil. And then I just draw a line underneath just to kind of frame the brow.
So just underneath like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I always say, okay, so like you see the end of my lash line and the brow right here. That's where you want your brows to end.
Okay, I fucked it up already. Okay.
I love you. I love you. And then here, the end of this, that's where you want your brows to, or with your nose.
Okay.
I bring mine in a little bit. I like a big, fluffy, like full.
I love your brows.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
far, what you're saying is inglot, and then inglot, it's not the brush. That's the creamy gel.
Yeah, it's a gel. So it's kind of, it looks kind of like a mascara with the spoolie. So you just
Oh.
comb the brows up.
Nice.
And then I use like a pencil, which is by the Balm. I use that one to like frame the brow underneath. Right here, I kind of draw like a line to frame the brow.
So then you do the pencil, and then you just do that inglot thing, and they can get that on your website.
Yeah.
Hey, nice. Okay,
Those
that's
are
really
top
great
2
advice.
brow items.
Okay, and you're saying don't do the brow before your makeup. You're saying do it after. Why is that?
So sometimes, like, I think one of the hardest things is the process, right? It's really hard to trust the process with like bare face, and it's like, is this heading the right direction? Is this going the right way? What am I going to look like in the end, right? Totally. And I think that's one of the scariest parts on everything. Even when we do makeup and our clients are looking in the mirror, they're like, is this heading the right direction? You know, freaking out, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like once you have like your blush and you have the frame of the face, like your blush, your mascara, everything, now you add the brows just like as your final touch.
Right.
It just makes it a lot easier, because when you're blank canvas and you have nothing on your skin and you just have brows, it's gonna look weird, and you're gonna you're gonna keep fixing it until it kind of looks, or until you run out of time. You're just like, I have to move on to the next step, right? So I've gotten so much feedback about how much it's like cut their time in half. Again, I feel like a lot of it has to do with because we have nothing on our face.
Yeah.
So we're taking so much time trying to get that like final product, but it still has a ways to go, you know?
It still has ways. Yeah, for sure. That makes total sense. Wow. I love that. And so just as a recap of what we're talking about, this is Val from Makeup Revolution. She has a shop, and you can also buy her product on her website. I went ahead and wrote her Instagram handle on here. You can also find her all over my page. She's an amazing, beautiful, divine feminine spirit.
I love you, girl.
I love you too, girl. We met and we just connected, and you meditated the shit out of yourself.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful to watch you.
I always tell my husband, I think I'm a sprinter, because I just like go all in, and then I'm like, okay, I got the groove of this.
Totally. Yeah. And just watching you bloom and blossom and spiritually connect to your soul was an amazing thing for me to watch. And then for us to be able to share that with your family and your husband at our last Sage and Rise event was so also very beautiful. And your daughters as well. That was awesome, and your nieces. And so that was great. And then, so we're just going to be doing another event where we're going to connect the Sage and Rise event with your powerful tips and makeup and the artistry of what you do, and through your passion, how you're helping women connect with their inner beauty and outer beauty, because they're very connected. Yeah. Right. So if you feel beautiful inside, then, and you feel, and you're connected to your feminine spirit, then you're going to want to naturally feel beautiful on the outside. Right. Yeah. And so that's what we're going to be doing. It was supposed to be Saturday the 28th, but we're pushing that out a couple weeks, just to give everyone time to just, you know, deal with this pandemic, and hopefully it'll slow down soon, right? Yeah. Yeah. And so I'm so glad that you're here. Now, can you stay for a few minutes while I pull some cards?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm like so excited to share you with everybody. I keep talking about you so much, and everybody's like, I need to meet her. How do I, like, where is she, you know? So I think coming to the store is going to be such a great thing. I've been working on like self-care packages too for anyone who attends, as far as like skincare goes, you know, like a natural self-care beauty. Nice. So that's going to be really fun. I'm like, I can't wait for that day to come.
I love that. I can't wait for our event too. And I'm so glad that you're here with me today. And again, as a recap, this is Playtime with Viv. I wanted to make sure that everybody stays playful, stays in their alignment with their true source, and do fun shit. I pull cards. I say bad words. you know, get all crazy Italian on you, and that's who I am. And so the card part is super fun because the last few readings that I've done have really just come into alignment with like what the intention is. And the intention is, how do we stay aligned and in playful energy, right? How do you stay aligned even though things seem like it's a pandemic out there and everyone's freaking out? And yeah, we're going to follow the rules and we're going to do our part, but how can we keep the flow in our daily lives, right? Yeah. So just to see like what spirit has to say, I'm going to pull a couple cards. I think what I'm going to do is pull a couple tarot, and I use the Wild Unknown. And then we'll do some of these. These are very like spiritual. They have like really beautiful messages. And then of course, we're going to pull this crazy badass deck that I just got. I mean, it's like, they're so funny. Take a fucking trip. Like,
I love that.
They're hilarious. They're really, really funny, but they also have beautiful, you know, messages. Like this is like this, make better fucking choices.
That's so awesome.
And it's so funny because I literally talk like that. So I'm like, I'm going to need to write my own deck with my sassy Italian attitude.
Yeah. That would be so cool.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
So, when was the last time that when was the last like one-on-one that you did? Because that's kind of scary, like when you're up to their face. So you decided that you're going to just, you know.
Yeah. So I've been away. I was away on vacation, but I did have staff. They took appointments on the 14th, but those were our last appointments. But they were very, very cautious with like putting gloves on and making sure like, you know, they kept some distance, sanitizing. And I made them feel very secure as far as like not taking appointments if they feel like, if they're uncomfortable, you know, like if they're uncomfortable, don't do it, you know? So, but before that, I took appointments the 7th, March 7th was the last appointments I've taken. Yeah.
Right.
We do color matches too and stuff like that. But once all this started happening with like the, you know, being sanitary and all that, we stopped doing color matches right away. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Girl, I just pulled some freaking powerful ass cards right now while you were talking. And first of all,
I'm like so excited.
I know, I'm so excited too. I saged all the cards earlier today. And then what I do is I tap them out and then I say like a prayer and I meditate on the cards before every reading. So I do that before my lives as well. And I just ask spirit to be present, to just be present for all of us. I mean, we're boss babes. We are the goddess nation. We are the women that are rising. And we're going to be the leaders in the light to remind everybody how to stay in your own light so then everybody else will follow suit, right?
Yeah.
Don't go losing your mind. So I pulled, it honestly doesn't get better than this. The 10 of Pentacles is a very, very powerful card. It's a very powerful card of abundance in family and abundance in finances. This is success. And like, I feel every reading that I've done has had some sort of energy like this that I've been reading. And I think it's because there's a lot of entrepreneur women that have side hustles or their own businesses, and they're rising in their feminine power, right? And so what we talked about in the last reading was, when we are financially independent, we are able to make better choices in our life in general, right? It's not like back in the day when you had to make certain choices. You had to get married because, you know, out of force, or you had to stay married, or you had to be with somebody that you weren't in love with or whatever. That was our last reading. And it really all boiled down to this, and the understanding that there is a connection between your financial independence and your relationships. There is a very direct connection between the two. And so when we women step into our power financially, then we're able to make those better choices and have better relationships, starting with ourselves, right? Yeah. And then we get here, the 8 of Wands. This card, girl, is literally have you ever been to a music festival like Coachella or something, and the music is blasting and the energy is like fucking full fire? This is that card.
Oh, it gives me the
Literally,
chills.
this is that card. It is very fast, powerful movement, very fast change. It's messages coming in. It's a lot of passion and fire energy. And so you put these two together, and then you put the Two of Pentacles together. This is a card of collaboration, of balance, right? It's a card of like, look, ladies, let's get into our financial.
This?
What was that?
Can I screenshot this?
Totally. Oh my God, yeah.
Oh,
I hope somebody's recording this actually, because I started a YouTube channel. By the way, everybody, I started a YouTube channel.
Yay!
There's my plug. It's Loves Gravity, so find me there. You could also go to my bio and find my Loves Gravity channel there. It says YouTube, and then you could just follow it. And so I've been putting these full readings on there. Thankfully, like somebody will record it for me, and then I'm able to put it on there. So hopefully somebody's recording this. But these cards talk about very fast change and movement. Fast change and movement, stepping into your power, into this abundant energy of your finances, of your coin, your physical, the universal, the pentacle is your earth energy, right?
Yeah.
It's this event. It's literally, you don't get anything better than this. This is it. You're like at the top. It's being successful in the endeavors that you are doing, right? And I'm not speaking only to you. I'm speaking to everyone. This is going to resonate to everybody in their own way, okay? So it's that financial abundance and that side hustle or that career or that job or whatever that is. And this is talking about swift changes coming into place, putting that passionate energy towards this, that focus, that energy, maybe movement. It could even mean movement, like literal movement, like moving. So you having to move or change residence or change jobs, right? And then using the power of collaboration and balance in order to balance all of this out and to make it actually happen and to be the butterfly that we're meant to be. It takes two, right? It always says that. Yes, we are independent and we can do our own thing, but how more powerful is it when you and I get on here together?
Yeah,
and
the power of two.
The power of two is this card. You can transform and make magic so much quicker when when our hearts are aligned and other women's hearts are aligned, and we can support one another and we can inspire one another and teach one another and share with one another, right? Because what does it hurt? The more I share with you, the more the universe is going to give me that abundance back.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
So this energy here is, to me, this is that fire, powerful energy that you don't stay stuck.
I love that card the most.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah. I feel like that's so me. I can't stress enough. Like, since the first time I've met you, I feel like I'm so much more clear.
Yeah.
In everything. In every decision I make, everything. Like, I know where before I used to afraid, I'm not sure, like back and forth, like teeter-tottering. Yeah.
Right. You would vacillate between the what ifs, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the thing is when you are in alignment with your true source, then you're connected to your intuition.
Yeah.
And when you're connected to your intuition, then your intuition speaks very loudly. And so you don't get stuck in your head with all the doubts and all the fears, because you're just flowing through intuition. You're letting your intuition guide the way. And that's the sweet moment. I don't know if you've ever heard of famous athletes talk about flow. When they're in flow state, when they're playing the game and they're like in flow state, and they say, I can't explain what it's like, but I'm in total flow and I'm just doing what I do. And they're just going, and there's no resistance whatsoever. That's where we want to be in our lives, is being in that flow state of like no resistance. There's no thinking about it. There's no doubting it. You're in total flow state and you're in faith. You're in faith that you're exactly where you're meant to be. You're exactly where you need to be at this moment, and everything's happening exactly as it should. Wow, this is a beautiful card. The universe is always conspiring, not sometimes, not only on Mondays or Fridays, not on Wednesday nights, always. There is no you and me or anyone, even when the world seems dim and even when things seem scary. The universe is always conspiring to support me and you and everybody, right? The universe is always conspiring to support me, guide me, and lead me compassionately toward the highest good, right? Compassionately. And people say, well, if God was real, why does God let bad things happen? God doesn't let bad things happen. Who said they're bad?
Yeah.
Who even ever said that they're bad? They just are. They are just part of this universe, the physicality of this universe. You have to experience a contrast. There is the negative and the positive, the light and the dark. It just is. And so you're going to experience these things, and that's part of being on this earth, part of being on this experience. Angel of Strength. I don't know what the hell this says, so I'm going to have to read it. Is somebody there?
Yeah, my hubby.
Hi, hubby.
He just came down.
Hi. How
He
are
said
you,
hi.
friend?
Huh?
Is he closed down too, babe?
No, they're drive-through right now.
They're drive-through.
So
Okay.
yeah, it's been good. It's so cool to see like families like it's they want to get out of the house a little bit.
Yeah.
Obviously not like go and be in big groups, but when they drive through, they're like, I just want an ice cream, I just want a coffee or whatever. It's nice.
That's so
to see
cool.
them get out of the house for a little bit. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So we're going to read this card real quick. It's the Angel of Strength. This card is personal power and inner strength. This amazing angel brings the news that this is the time of increasing power for you. It is not the time to be passive or submissive. Literally, what did I just say?
Yeah.
It is not the time to be passive or submissive.
Cool.
That is so the opposite of this card. It is, yes, it's the time to be wise and the time to just, be safe and do the things that you do, but it's not the time to go in bed, like you said. The old self would have been numbed out.
Yeah.
Right? That's not the time. And this message is for everybody. This message is for everybody. Now is not the time to lose your power in fear. That is not the time. It is a time, on the contrary, of increasing power for you. It's not the time to be passive or submissive, but to speak your truth and take action on your own behalf. You are capable of taking greater control and directing your own destiny. For the power that comes from within reaches out to the universe and beyond. Wow. I mean, we are so powerful. We are so brilliant. We are so creative. It takes a little shift in energy and mindset, and then divine timing has to play as well. And we allow the divine timing to come into play, but it's really, I know it's cliche sometimes when people say, oh, it's not the destination, it's the journey, but it's so true. It really is true. Sometimes it's not about the destination, because the destination may look very different by the time you get there. You may have the same goal, the same passion, and the same desire, but it's not about the destination. It's about getting there in between. It's about all the lessons that you get in between. It's about the journey. It's about the good and the bad, right? It's all of it. It's about all of that. And that's why we're here. We're literally here to have this experience and to just, I better go. When I die, I hope I can say, fuck yeah, I did it. I did life the way that I was supposed to.
I agree.
Right? I
day,
didn't sleep through life. I took all the risks. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't ashamed. I didn't cower when I was in fear. I faced my insecurities. I faced my limitations, and I broke through those limitations, and I didn't care how long it took, and I just did it. I just did life. And I hope that I can say that. And then the last thing that I hope, and I know that I will say, is I loved myself. I loved unconditionally, and I truly fell in love with myself and my life and a person, right? I don't want to live my last days saying, "Oh, I wish I would have loved more."
Totally.
Absolutely not. That won't happen. So, anyways, girl, this was a beautiful, powerful message that we were able to share together.
I know, that's so awesome. The other one, the one that you shared with like all the like what is it? Like all the circles? No, the circle ones at the very beginning.
Yeah, the 10 of Pentacles.
Yeah. So, you know, you mentioned family in there. So it's so wild that you say that, because I actually started this thing last year of like, I'm telling you, I was searching for that peace. Like I needed to just not feel the way I was feeling.
Right.
So I try to organize my life a little bit more. And one of my core values, and I actually thought of that, like I've created like personal core values, like prioritized, you know, and family is one of them. And I feel like as far as like being a mom and an entrepreneur and a wife, I feel like I have really been excelling in those areas. Like overall.
Girl, I really appreciate that you said that, because that is this card. The Pentacle energy is earth energy, which has to do with your family, with your home life, with your career, with your business, with your finances, with your retirement. It has to do with all of those things that have to do with earth energy. And so the fact that, you know, you have put into place a belief system and action in regards to that, right, has given you that balance.
Oh, totally.
It's given you this balance.
Yeah.
And then what happens when you are healing, and when you're in love, and when you are balanced, and when you are in the light, and when you are aligned with your soul? What happens to all of those around you? They follow suit.
It flows, yeah.
It flows. They follow suit because they feel that energy from you. And so what you're doing is you are giving such a beautiful gift to your family, like above and beyond. And it doesn't mean that you're never moody and never PMSing and never in a bad mood and never in fear. My God, like we wouldn't be humans. It doesn't mean that. But you're definitely on the right path of this self-discovery and this very passionate, empowered state of mind and success. And I'm really proud of you. And I'm excited.
And I also feel like the moodiness and all, like, you know, like obviously I'm not perfect, you know, but I love how like now it's not a full day lost in like that stress or that mood, you know. Now it's like seconds, and I'm like, oh, maybe this was supposed to happen. You know, like I really like have taught myself to like love the reality, like, or be okay with the reality, you know.
Girl, you wouldn't believe that is how that is what the masters do. They are present in the moment, and there is no good or bad. The masters don't see good or bad. It just is. And then they decide which end of the pole they want to be on. So if you want to be on the negative side of the pole, that's your choice. But then they shift and they stay in that energy of the positive side of the pole, because that's the experience they want to have. Also knowing that any negative, quote unquote, experiences are part of it.
Yeah.
It's just part of it. And that's what you've done. You've unlocked the truth of what
it's so crazy
this reality is.
Yeah.
That's badass. I love it. I love it. That's your badass boss, babe. I love it. So we're gonna sign off now. I love you so much. I can't wait. Let's
wait
another date.
For sure.
And we will move forward with that event, and then we'll just keep in touch.
Cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I love you, sister. And I'm going to take a screenshot of this and tag you, and then we'll talk this week.
For sure. Thank you. Love you too.
Ciao. Ciao, ciao, ciao.